Here we are in completion, here in this now moment. Nothing is missing. Can we just breathe into that? Into the fact that it's all here now? Within you? What a beautiful thing to know. But perhaps we don't always feel this. Life has its twists and turns and ups and downs. Sometimes you feel really happy and enlivened, grateful, purposeful, motivated, energized. Sometimes you feel deluded, you feel tired, you feel unmotivated, you feel anxious, you don't want to be here, right? And if and only if this happened, or you got to go there, or you got this thing, or you were with this person, or you had this experience, then you would be happy, right? Then you would be permanently happy if you got that. It's like a little kid, right? The little kid wants the toy, and to the kid, it feels like life or death in that moment. It's like if they don't get the toy, what's the point? I need that toy. Like that toy is going to change my life. I'm going to be so happy to have it. This is how a lot of us are living our lives. You think that once you get something, you're going to feel complete. You're going to feel happy. You get it, and that feeling of desiring, of seeking subsides. It sinks back. And the veil, which prevents you from seeing happiness, being happiness here now, falls to the backdrop, and the presence, the infinite presence, the happiness that is the true state of your being arises to the surface. And so for that moment where that desire is satisfied, you do feel complete, you do feel happy until the next desire arises, until you are yet again convinced that you are not this completion that you feel. And so just back to the example of the child, of the little kid who wants the toy. The little kid gets the toy, and the desire is satisfied, and he plays with it, and he's so grateful, he's so happy, until he sees the next toy, until he's hungry. And that is how it goes in most of our lives. You have your desire satisfied, and you want more. It's never enough. You cannot ever truly satisfy this mind. So then I ask you a really important question. Are you ready for this question? Are you ready to ask yourself this question? Would you rather live a life where you have to put in strenuous effort to be yourself, to feel happy, to feel complete? Or would you rather live a life where what you need appears intuitively, where everything flows into place seamlessly with ease and grace, where you don't have to overthink and overanalyze everything that's happening? Which way would you rather live your life? The one where it's strenuous effort, or the one where it's effortless? I come here now and let you know that this effortless path is available to you here now. It doesn't matter what your past looks like. It doesn't matter who you think you are. It doesn't matter what your thoughts are, how pure your mind is. You don't have to do long fasting or wild breathwork practices and yoga poses. You don't need any of that training. Some of that will help. I won't say that it won't help. It definitely will help. But you don't need it for this recognition to take hold. For you to recognize the humor of it all, the joke of it all. That you thought you had to do this, this, and this in order to be yourself. In order to truly and freely express what you are. You thought that in order to earn that, in order to embody that, you had to earn it. And that's not entirely false. It is paradoxical teaching in the sense that simultaneously all is preordained and you are making the choices. You come to choice points. You get to choose higher or lower. You get to feel that. You are often trying to think your way through those moments, right? Weighing the pros and cons, analyzing which way is the better path. And there's always this feeling, it's here. There's always this feeling of, like, you know which way to go, and you doubt yourself, and your mind jumps in, and now there's this argument, this battle, and it's like an echo chamber of all of these ideas which are conflicting. Who's solving any problems like that? The more choppy the water, the less clear the reflection can be. You want to be a clear mirror to the world? Still the waters, so that you may clearly reflect, so people can really see themselves in you. Isn't that the point of all this? Unity, so we can all see each other in our highest light, see each other as we truly are, beneath what is changing, beneath the illusionary world. Not a world that doesn't exist, a manifestation of the unmanifest being the true reality, the manifest being the projected dream world that you and I are seemingly living in, separate from one another, while living as the same awareness within all, and all within that awareness. So I return to the question, would you rather have to strenuously effort at living your life, at just being yourself, or find a way to effortlessly flow through life by living through the means of your heart? And we got conscious bliss in the building. Peace, my brother. We talking about the way of the heart, the simplicity of it all. Be as you are, right? It should be that simple, and it is. But I ask all of you, like, can you be as you are? Can you simply just be as you are without needing to change anything, without needing to go somewhere, do something, or feel like something's missing, or feel like something's wrong? That's the point of it all. To truly be as you are, you would be here now and know that nothing's wrong and nothing's missing. Bless you, brother. Brother says he's at a working the night shift, not allowed to use the phone. But we gotta break the rules here sometimes when the rules aren't aligned with the truth. Respect, brother. Respect for tuning in. So, it's a good question, and I think the answer is obvious, right? it doesn't take much to consider. You would probably go towards the effortless way of living, right? Where you don't have to think so much about everything. So, story time, real quick. An abbreviated, shortened story. I have been drawn to the path of the heart for as long as I remember. And, in a more conscious way, we could say for like 10 years. I started writing songs, and a lot of the lyrics was about following the heart. And it's interesting, being here now, I just step away from a lot of what defined me, or defined the sense of me, the personality that was Abu Shadi and all the other names that I gave myself. All of that kind of had to drop away to make space for the new life that was emerging for me, that I had to essentially surrender myself to. I had to surrender this false identity of myself up to the fire. Sacrifice it. Let die what needed to die. And it didn't feel ready to die. Like there was fear, there was resentment and holding on and clinging, and that had to be dissolved in the face of truth. So even though there was this living in the path of the heart, there was also a lot of distortion, identifying as this false identity. That's why it's called a false identity. I identified with it. I believed that all of that conglomeration of programming that this mind received was who I was. So when that all came crashing down, it's like, where do you turn? I'm not who I thought I was anymore. And then you see that like all of this is shifting. My personality has always been shifting. My mind's always been changing. This body's always been changing. What is constant here? What's real? What's actually real in me? So it brought me to much contemplation, consideration. What actually am I? Who actually am I? Where do I come from? Where do these thoughts come from? Who is aware of these thoughts? Who is the thinker of these thoughts? Watching the mind with vigilance. It reveals a lot to witness, to not get so attached to everything. And I stray away from the word detached these days because it kind of gives this connotation of disassociating. We don't want to disassociate. We want to be fully present and immersed here now with what's happening. Non-attached. Present here now, but non-attached. Everything passes by like a cloud, and you are the sky. Pure awareness that everything arises within. And you let it pass. You don't need to hold on to a cloud. You're the sky. What does it matter if there's a cloud? So this is what we're brought to. You drop that false identity. What's left? You find yourself resting in the heart. You find that the core of your being has been undisturbed this entire time. And that it's been here with you, and that it is you. That's always been what you were. The one heart. Think about it like this vortexing field of energy. We can call this the one heart. It's a demonstration, a torus field of energy, and that this is the all. All exists within the all, and the all is existing within all. So this torus field, this emanation of energy going through this central axis point, a void, empty space. This is the heart, and your body, take it a step back. Your mind is a projection out of this heart. So this heart is the center, the focal point of all that exists. Out of the heart arises mind, and through mind arises world and body. Body to exist in the world that the mind has projected. But don't forget that the mind has arisen from the heart. So, all of us are this one heart which has projected out this mind, which has created the illusion of world and body existing in world. And then you believe that you are this body who has a mind, who has a heart, when in reality you are always that pure awareness projecting out of itself a limitation upon itself, a finite mind, in order to experience the world which it had projected. You would not be able to experience your creation if you would not limit yourself first. Because if you were the unlimited creation in itself, you would be completely self-aware. So this is a unique and beautiful experience where you get to be in this body, in this world, experiencing your creation from the perspective of separate being within the world. But what's beautiful about the way of the heart is that the heart knows the entire time what you truly are. And so that is why the heart is spot on when it comes to its intuitive guidance. When you follow the intuition, you always end up in the most mind-blowing synchronicities. The mind can't handle it. The mind's like, how the fuck? And the more this happens, the more you trust the intuition, the stronger it becomes, the more the mind starts to trust the heart. The more the mind can come to rest and settle in the heart, the more the heart can lead, the more the heart can trust the mind to express the truth of the heart. So all of this that we're speaking upon here today is just an opening of the channel, an elaboration upon what has just been written in the new guidebook that I just dropped today on this fine Monday. This is a free book written specifically for men, for the brothers. But I will not stop the sisters from grabbing it. And sisters, you know, my partner Autumn, I love Autumn, she is teaching to the women specifically. She has the codes for you. Trust me on this. This is beneficial to you as well. This applies to all of us, the teachings of the one heart. However, Autumn and Body Jaguar, she's got some codes for you, so check out her page. And I think she's going live right now as well. So tune in with her. She's got a really powerful event tomorrow for the sisters. But if what is being spoken here resonates with you, and you think that there's a man in your life who should tune in with this message and read this, because it's going to affect every single aspect of his life, send it to him. Feel free to spread the word. But brothers, the book is here now, and it's up for a limited time. It's up for a week. So don't get off this live and forget about it. Go to the link in the bio and grab your copy while it's here. This is a 50-page book, over than 50 pages, that I just wrote in the past week. I didn't know that was going to happen. I opened myself up. I feel like writing another book and open the channel, and voila. And this is also part of what I'm teaching, because this is available and accessible to you as well. You can learn to get out of your own way. That's what I'm doing. I'm not the doer. I am in the practice of surrendering myself, getting out of my own way. It's not about getting my own way, it's about getting out of my own way, so that what needs to happen through me is happening smoothly, easily, gracefully, effortlessly, without needing to put in so much effort. There's no effort here. There's simply a witnessing and allowing for the channel to come through. This is how I speak. This is how I teach. This is how I write as well. So for those of you who, you absorb through reading very well, you can learn through reading very well, this book is going to go a long way for you. Why don't we pull up the book here for one moment, and maybe we can read like a passage from it. I think that would be sweet to close out this live, and I'm going to close this out in a couple minutes. So let's see. I got the book saved on the laptop here. So the book is called, for short, it's called Follow the Heart, and the longer title is What It Truly Means to Follow the Heart. I'll let you just see. Full screen is John. That's like backwards for y'all, but cover of the book. Very simple looking book. And yeah, why don't we read table of contents, and we got about the writer, we got a preface. 1, heart, happiness, foundations, 1 through 4, embodiment, heart expression, and some closing words. So let's see, what should I read about? I love this quote near the beginning of the book. Give death to everything and submerge yourself into whatever is left. Oof. Just sit with that for a minute. There's let me read the part that's around that quote. I'm just gonna find that for y'all. Invitation to take a breath. If you haven't taken a conscious breath in the past few minutes. It just is, it just is. Life just is. I am. No labels necessary. Well, I can't seem to find this quote. That's okay. I'm going to read a different section. That's the Tao. And we talked about this, happiness. How are y'all doing? Drop a comment. I know there's a lot of new followers to this page, so if you're new, welcome. Welcome to the vibe, to the heart open vibe, heart expansion vibe. Oh, wait. This is a good part. It's all good. Okay. talking about embodiment. So the foundations will be difficult to master if you're not presently embodied. Not as your ego believes you are supposed to be, but as you are at your most natural state beyond the confinements or worries of a finite mind. To be embodied thus means bridging the eternal essence, the presence of the divine as the one true self, into this vessel as a holy sacrament to be used for the highest will that serves the all. Not only does your sense of self ascend and meet with its all-encompassing grander self, but the grander self descends to become embodied in its manifest creation. You are simultaneously the drop within the ocean and the ocean within the drop. To be embodied in this sense requires that while we are doing any sort of spiritual practice, for whatever purpose, that we recognize it is our true self acting as the finite self, which is both becoming embodied in the manifest and calling itself back to its home. As you return home to the resting place of your being, your body naturally carries out whatever work it is here to do. You get out of your own way and the necessary actions take place. Take care of your body like it is a temple or a superconscious vehicle, so that it can be most optimally used by this higher power that you truly are. And it goes on and on and on. You are simultaneously the drop within the ocean and the ocean within the drop. That you are, my friends. So, yeah, it's the only way to permanent happiness. It's the only way to completion. I know that's tough to hear. Might be triggering for some. I get it. But whatever it is in this world that you think is going to make you complete or make you happy, it's a farce. It's not true. It won't last. Nothing in this world lasts. So if you're attached to this body now, attached to this personality now, attached to your external circumstances now, give death to that now, because it's going to die anyways. Free yourself from the constraints of the fear of death, because what you are is eternal and everlasting, and there is no death. It's one love, one heart, one mind. See the highest light within all. Hold that for them. And to hold that for them starts with you. You got to be able to see that in yourself, no matter what comes up. So when you open up this chamber, prepare yourself. Everything you suppressed, everything you avoided, life review, it all comes to the surface. Not for you to suffer again, not for you to disassociate and suppress it again, for you to witness it lovingly, compassionately, non-judgmentally, not condemning or condoning, not attaching or pushing away. Know that you are this eternal loving awareness and that it's all appearing within you. And greet it as such. The ways and means are here in your own heart. Follow the heart. The book is here for you now. It's free. Grab a copy this week while it's available. And reach out to me. Don't be a stranger. Even if you're new to the page. I'm here to assist you in the journey from your mind to your heart, coming home to the true self. And as Ram Dass said, we are all walking each other home. There's no pedestals here. There's no ego tripping. I don't believe I am better than you. I simply have what I have to offer, from what I've lived, from what I've walked. And I surrender myself, and this is where we are. This is what is coming through. I trust it'll serve who it's meant to. Wholeness and love to you all. May thy heart be thy guide.